Are we rolling? Okay. Good evening and welcome to PSH News. Tonight we will be showing a bold and life-changing documentary of a country on the rise to rebuild their healthcare system. In 1994, genocide took the lives of many individuals in Rwanda. Between 1993 and 1995, infant mortality rates rose by 15%, and child mortality rates rose by 41%. 75% of healthcare workers fled the country or lost their lives due to the conflict. Half the facilities were also destroyed. With a staggering loss and a devastated population, the Rwandan population looks to rebuild and look towards the future. Here is their story. After a political change in the 90s, Rwanda looked to rebuild their healthcare system. A new pilot program called P4P was trialed. Pay-for-performance was the idea that instead of receiving a payment based on salary, healthcare providers would be compensated based on the performance of their healthcare center. To get more information regarding the program, we spoke to Rwandan native Dr. Helen Stilianu.
Thanks, Sarah. As you mentioned, after the 1994 genocide, Rwanda's health system was left with a human resource crisis intensified by low motivation and poor provider performance. To respond to the decreasing morale and performance, Rwanda's Ministry of Health implemented the Pay-for-Performance system. The Pay-for-Performance was initiated as a pilot project in 2002 and was launched in the country in 2006, with the introduction of this program making impressive progress towards the MDGs and similar indicators. Pay-for-Performance is a payment model that attaches financial incentives or disincentives to provider performance and is part of a national strategy to transition healthcare to value-based medicine. While it still utilizes the fee-for-service system, it pushes healthcare providers towards value-based care, which is based on things such as performance, quality, and appropriateness of the care provided in the patient's health outcomes. In Rwanda, P4P receives financial contributions from organizations such as the World Bank and the Global Fund Against AIDS, Tuberculosis, and Malaria, and other bilateral organizations. Our country's Pay-for-Performance program has two components. First, facilities are rewarded with unit payments for 24 health service indicators in the domains of maternal health, child health, family planning, and HIV and AIDS. Second, bonus payments are adjusted based on the overall facility quality. The incentive payments are calculated from a formula that is based on the quantity and coverage of health services and then adjusted to the quality of the service delivery. The incentive payments range from 9 cents US for a first prenatal care visit to $4.59 for a facility-based delivery or emergency obstetric referral. The implementation of the system produced positive results with a rise in healthcare providers' attendance, an increase in efficiency, and healthcare providers encouraged underserved populations to use the healthcare system. Those districts that used Pay-for-Performance system saw the proportion of all births taking place in a hospital increase by 14%, preventative visits for children under age 2 increased 27%, and the proportion of mothers receiving a tetanus vaccine during a prenatal visit increased by 8%. Furthermore, over 6 years, per capita health spending rose almost 500%, going from $8 US in 2002 to $47 US in 2008. The cost of the system was minimal at only 30 cents US per person per year. Overall, the feasibility and success of the Pay-for-Performance system initiated a global revolution in performance-based compensation for healthcare providers.
Thank you, Dr. Stilianu, for explaining the Pay-for-Performance. Almost 2 decades later, the economy of Rwanda is still left in pieces. More than 60% of the population still lives on $1.25 a day. The World Economic Forum classifies this as living in extreme poverty. To really see how much this program has impacted the community, whether positively or negatively, we spoke to a patient of Dr. Stilianu who used the Pay-for-Performance program. Her name is Patricia. Patricia is a 27-year-old female who is pregnant, and this is her journey.
I moved to Kabatar here from Canada at a young age with my parents, and back then we had the most dynamic health district after the 1994 genocide and war. But a while after that, performance kind of declined in terms of coverage rates. For my parents, it was an even more difficult time for them to go through since my siblings got sick very often. Then we got news from the Rwandan Ministry of Health, and I believe it was a non-governmental organization called HealthNet International. They were to turn the tide and develop a strategy for health centers in 2001. Right now, I'm going to be paying around 10 cents US for my first prenatal care visit in a few days. I'm quite content with the quality of service that I've received, but of course it could be better. My healthcare providers look happy, and I'm confident in giving birth in the hospital. I really believe that with high staff productivity, we can improve even more significantly to meet everyone's healthcare needs. And with a baby on the way, I hope that change comes soon.
As a network, we would like to thank Patricia for sharing her story to all of us. The Pay Performance program has proven to better care and health outcomes within the country. But like any great thing, it will take time for this program to grow. It still faces many challenges on how to address misreporting information, administrative duties within each facility, and whether the cost or incentive is fair. Since this program was born, Rwanda's healthcare system has improved significantly. Local health facilities grew in public coverage of over 85%. The Pay Performance program allowed Rwandans to finally access care more universally. A country on the rise, building its roots from the ground up. I'm Sarah Pastrito, and this is PSH News. We hope you have a good night.